I've been playing Beat Saber for quite some time, and let me tell you, modding Beat Saber has never been any easier. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced modder for Beat Saber, this video will be a great refresher for how to mod Beat Saber for version 1.11. And by the way, any programs that I say during this tutorial will be linked in the description. Alright, jumping into the computer right now, I have a couple things for us to do right before we start installing some mods. If you have previously modded Beat Saber in the past, this is an optional step for you, but one that I highly recommend. Wherever your custom levels and your custom work in progress levels are, drag those out to your desktop or a safe place, because I want to delete Beat Saber and get rid of all those files that were from version 1.10, just so we have a clean slate and nothing messes up when modding on version 1.11. As you can see in the top left corner of the screen right now, we have my custom levels, the custom work in progress levels already dragged out from my Beat Saber folder. Now, whether you're running this through Steam or through Oculus, go ahead and uninstall Steam. Again, this is completely optional if you want to, but I want to completely get rid of Beat Saber just so I have everything and nothing messes up. And if you have any of the custom avatars, custom notes, custom platforms, or even custom sabers, make sure to also drag them out to your desktop. Now that I've dragged all those folders out, I can delete Beat Saber. I can then open up my recycling bin and fully delete Beat Saber from my hard drive. Next up, just simply reinstall it, and when you're reinstalling, or if you do reinstall, make sure you note where you're installing your game. For me, I'm installing it under my D drive and the games folder in the Steam library folder. We're gonna need this later for this application called Mod Assistant to inject mods into our Beat Saber game. Now the download is fairly quick, at least for me, since I have some pretty fast Wi-Fi. Once your game is downloaded, instantly hit the play button in Steam or Oculus so we can play the game in its vanilla state with no mods, so we get all that data. Now, as you can see on screen, we have the vanilla default state of Beat Saber. We're gonna go ahead and click continue to get rid of the health and safety warning. So we can see we are on version 1.11 in the left corner over there, and I'm simply going to just press quit. Next up, we're going to be using a modding program called Mod Assistant. As I said in the beginning of this video, it is going to be in the top of the description. You can download it right there. And it'll take you to this GitHub website where we can scroll down and see this modassistant.exe and simply download the program by pressing that. Sometimes when downloading Mod Assistant, it'll say that this is a program that we've never seen. You'll just press the arrow right here and press keep downloading or whatever it says. This is not a file that will harm your computer. Anyways, I already have it downloaded to my desktop here, and I'm just going to simply open it up. Now, because I already have this program, because I've already used it multiple times, I was first brought into this mods tab, but for you, you might be stuck on this intro tab in the top left, and it'll say that mods break after every update. Mods are made by real people in their own free time, so please be patient, as not all mods will work the first day or first couple of days after an update. Anyways, just simply press I agree, and you'll get a pop-up in the bottom right corner that say you can now use the mods tab. Pretty cool. Now we're gonna head to the options tab right here in the left hand side, and of course, because I have already done this multiple times, it already knows where my Beat Saber game is located. In the beginning, I re-downloaded Beat Saber to this exact same file directory, and I told you in the beginning to make sure you know where you downloaded your game to, so you can put that directory into this install folder location. If you're using Steam or Oculus, I'll have the most default or common locations of where this is going to be downloaded on screen right now, but if it's not in that directory, you've probably downloaded it to a custom folder or to another drive or just something else like that. When you're done and you have copy and pasted your directory into this install folder location, you can go to select folder or open folder, by the way, to choose from there. Head back to the mods tab. Two things when you get here: one, you're going to want to always download all of the core mods, and two, there's going to be some that are already pre-checked for you and some that you can manually check. The ones that are in the dark box that are already checked for you are the mods that need to be downloaded, and some of these other ones with the gray box, the ones that you can uncheck yourself, are some of the mods that you don't necessarily have to have, but for the core, you need all the core, and then for everything else, you don't always need. Of course, in the libraries, the ones that are already checked are going to be the ones that you're going to download. download, but things like mapping extensions or noodle extensions you won't necessarily need unless you're going to be playing a map or level with mapping extensions. Of course, you can go through all of the mods, and on the right hand side it has a nice description which you can tap on, and it'll say copy text to clipboard. So if we open a notepad right here, we can press Ctrl V to paste that, and it'll tell you the exact description of what each mod does, or what the mod that you selected, and you can read all about that and figure out what each mod does. Now, of course, I should say the more mods you download, the laggier your game could become, because mods aren't 100% supported by Beat Saber. They're just something extra, so just be careful with what mods you download, because sometimes they will mess up and cause lag or just things like that in general. Press this installer update button. On the bottom here, it'll say installing blah blah blah, whatever type of mods, and when it's done, it'll say the installed version of the mod that you have and the latest version of the mod. So let's say in a week later, all these mods get updated again. The installed mod might be in red and have a greater latest version, and you should update your mods always to the latest version. Now, when we open up Beat Saber, we should have all of those mods that we have downloaded in game. A really good sign straight off the bat that the mods have injected properly. If you have downloaded the Camera Plus mod, you'll see that the camera is now very smooth. So that's always what I look for, is if this mod was downloaded, and this is a dead giveaway that all my mods were installed correctly. As you can see, we have a mod settings in the bottom left corner over here, and it says on the window that the mods tab is now in the top left over here. For some reason, if your mods weren't in game when you first loaded it up after installing them, just simply go ahead and press the installer update. Sometimes it takes 2 times or maybe even 3 times to inject all the mods. I don't know why, it just happens sometimes. So if it doesn't show up the first time, try again. It's happened to me a couple times in the past. If you've tried installing mods with the Mod Assistant program, you'll see a couple of new things in your Beat Saber folder. If you still don't see mods in game, you can run this program called IPA, and that'll inject them for you. Once again, for all those previous modders, or if this is your second time modding or something like that, feel free to drag all of your custom levels back, as well as all of your custom folders such as custom avatars, sabers, platforms, or even notes. If you followed along correctly, you should have a modded game of Beat Saber for version 1.11. I do have to say though, custom avatars, custom sabers, and any other kind of custom mod like that aren't available just yet. So if you don't have your custom sabers or custom avatars, don't freak out. I'll have a tutorial when those are updated for version 1.11. Of course, please leave a like on this video to show your support and show that this did help, but drop a comment down below if you do need some extra help. Anyways, thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next Beat Saber modding tutorial.